lost into the world of the dead in search of answers. Allow me to help. Gaze now upon the lands below us. The Scarlet Crusade scurries to undo my work, while Light's hope stands defiantly against us, a blemish upon these plague lands. They must all be shown the price of their defiance.
Who's there? Said, who's there?
Must be.
In the name of the light, I command you, show yourself! Monsters! Taste Scarlet Steel! For Lordaeron!
Of retribution. Where you tread, doom will follow. Go now and claim your destiny, Death Knight.
The voice whispered, "Come to me." From the very beginning, I knew that it was the holy light speaking to me in dreams. At last, after all of my years of prayers and good deeds, the cleansing of the blight of the unliving from the face of Azeroth, after all of the failures and resurrections, the holy light has taken notice of our good work. I can feel it. We've grown bloated with ranks of unbelievers who yearn only to destroy the undead. That's not enough. I've instructed Jordan and Street to scrutinize their recruiting efforts, and both the commander and the bishop were receptive. Not that they had any choice. Bishop Street in particular seemed very enthusiastic. He spoke of a revival for the crusade. and swore to ferret out the weak of faith within our ranks. I told him to go easy. I've no intention of destroying the Crusade. However, I do like the sound of forming an elite cadre of the most faithful to do the light's bidding in Northrend. I fear the man's friendship with the craft is slowly twisting him. They both have their uses, though. I ready myself now to ride for Tirisfal Glades, to tell Mograine and Whitemane the same. If the light is truly calling us, we must be unwavering in our faith, or all of this will be for naught.
Northrend? You cannot be serious.
I am. Even as we speak, our fleet in King's Harbor is readying for war.
Are you mad? Or have you forgotten the last fleet that ventured north with thoughts of war? It is folly.
I remember, but I do not believe it mad.
Neither did Barry in Westwind. And where is he now? Buried beneath a frozen waste with the better half of our strength beside him. Not one man of his doomed expedition returned home. The betrayer must pay for his crimes, it is true, but not at the expense of the Crusade. Not with so much still to be done here. You will find only death in the cold north.
Not this time. The light has spoken to me in dreams, and it has shown me now is the time to strike.
I care little for your dreams, Abbendis.
Renault, you must not speak ill of the light, if her visions were truly holy.
No, I will not hear of it. Our homeland, the kingdom of our fathers and their fathers before them, is still plagued with decay and infested with the infidel. And even this took my father years to accomplish. There is too much at stake to waste half of our forces on such a foolish venture. It would be the end of the Crusade and all that we've fought for.
Renault.
Sally, do not tell me that you buy into this madness. The thought that she would take our best men, our most devout crusaders, and lead them to their deaths under the guise of divine providence. It is abhorrent. We welcome your presence here, General Abbendis, and may the light bless you in all things. But I refuse to abandon Lordaeron to its fate just so we may find a frozen grave in Northrend. I do not want to hear of this again.
I apologize for him. He is a good man and just, but at times his stubbornness gets the better of him.
So what about you, Inquisitor? Do you believe in my vision?
I hardly know what to believe. The light works in mysterious ways, and sometimes the right path is not the one that is clearest. Dreams can be the gateway to the divine, or they could be just that, dreams.
I see.
You speak as if I've just given you a death sentence. My general, you misunderstand me. Just because I am not certain does not mean that this is not the way, or that I will not help. That is why it is called faith, believing in that which you cannot see. I will summon the men to the cathedral. You may question them at your leisure, and I am sure that my inquisitors would be more than willing to offer a helping hand, if you should ask. Meanwhile, I will soothe the High Lord's anger, and see if I cannot help him come around to our way of thinking, or at the very least, view it with a more open mind.
Thank you. The light's blessings be with you.
And with you.
This time I was awake. It was very vivid. For over a minute in the middle of the warm, sunny day, my breath came out misty and chill. One of the priests noticed and dropped to his knees in prayer. No one else heard the voice, though. At least the witness proves that I'm not going insane. Maybe I should ask Langrid to pray on the matter. Either way, the light spoke this time with a great deal of urgency. I came away from the vision with a sense of impatience. I will not disappoint. There must be no more delays. We must soon be underway. I have decided to move my command eastward to New Avalon to personally oversee the construction of our fleets. But first, I must salvage what supplies I can from Tirisfal. I have received word that they will run short in King's Harbor, and if more are not acquired quickly, I fear our project will grind to a halt. Besides, I will be damned if I leave the wealth of Lordaeron to be plundered by the wretched Forsaken in my absence.
this kingdom shall fall. And from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
As I rode back to New Avalon, I was struck with a growing sense of dread that we would not arrive in time. What a great coincidence, then. And I had to control myself from showing my relief. Captain Shelley had procured for us a number of new ships for the voyage while we were away, even without our supplies. Perhaps it was no coincidence at all. The holy light expresses its will in ways that we are not meant to understand. When it is time, I will leave most of the crusade here to continue mopping up operations on the undead in our backyard. I imagine that once they have finished what we began, most will disband and go back to their homes to live in peace. That somehow seems right. At our finest, we have always been the salt of the earth, rising up to take back our homes from the filth of Scourge corruption, to return our Lordaeron to its former glory, to a time before the Scourge, before Arthas and Regicide, before the Lich King. There have been whispers amongst the men about a day soon to come that will change everything for the Scarlet Crusade. Bishop Street has put a name to it, calling it the Crimson Dawn. I will put some thought to this, though I can feel the truth of it in my bones. I pray that it will bring weal for us, rather than woe.
Death shall cleanse the world. Let blood drown the weak. Let life cease. Fire!
General, your presence has been requested at New Avalon. The High Abbot wishes to see you at once.
Tell the High Abbot that I will be on my way shortly with disturbing news from Havenshire. These undead. I haven't seen such a sizable infestation in years, not since Nexramas disappeared. And yet, for all their numbers, they were cautious. They held much of their forces in reserve. It was almost as if they were testing us, probing our defenses to see how we would respond. Even with them broken at my feet, I still have this feeling of lingering dread. Captain, I am returning to New Avalon to report on the situation. I am placing you in charge of the garrison here. I want this entire region scouted and secured. Any remaining Scourge forces are to be eliminated, and I want daily reports on your activities. I'm not taking any chances.
As you command.
I know now why the light has been pushing me to be underway. In the dead of night, a Scourge necropolis appeared in the sky over us and outpoured more minions of hell. A new breed of Death Knights led the assault. Already the casualties we've suffered have been catastrophic. I have received no word from the men and women I'd stationed at Havenshire and the surrounding townships after the first raids. I fear the worst. With the Scourge able to strike at us anywhere and at will from above, there seems no way to mount a proper defense. I fear that our intended expedition to Northrend is over before it has begun. I've been informed that Hearthglen and the surrounding area have already begun to assemble a host. High Commander Galvar Pureblood himself intends to lead them to save us. His efforts will be for naught.
Ready for action.
I must see to it that my best couriers get through the enemy lines and warn him off. Hearthglen must prepare to dig in and rally the rest of the Crusade. With any luck, they'll get through before nightfall. Meanwhile, I will rally what remains of my forces at New Avalon and, the light willing, hold off the attacks until the Scourge's reserves run dry.
Abbendis, we have lost too many men. We cannot hold them here any longer. Perhaps if we barricade ourselves in the heart of the city, we can hold out for a few more hours. General.
There's been no word from any of my couriers this morning. It's clear that none of them made it through to Hearthglen. The plague lands are lost. Pureblood will come with his forces and they'll be annihilated. This afternoon, I received a vision from the light. In it, I saw the utter destruction of everything we've built here. The message was clear. I was being told to take the remainder of the most faithful and abandon the crusade to their doom. Landgren told me that he'd received the same vision. I cannot comprehend how the light would tell us to take such a dishonorable action. But it is not my place to question. I am to obey, and obey I shall. It was with trepidation that I gazed upon New Avalon. I suspect for the last time. Our fate lies in Northrend. I am filled with a sense of ominous foreboding for some reason. The mission ahead should shake away these concerns. I will put them out of my mind. Perhaps with luck, High Commander Pureblood will somehow endure and marshal the survivors. The light give us strength. Landgren!
Abbendis, a Scourge siege engine smashed through the wall and collapsed the roof of the archives. Most of the old texts are still in there. Get your men to help me remove the rubble. We have to—
There is no time. The Scourge will be here any minute.
But the holy rites, lights, wrath—
You are of no use to me, Den. Take what you can carry and come with me. We haven't much time.
Light, forgive us for what we leave behind.
Forget the past, old friend. The light has a new destiny in store for us. You've seen it. Now come on.
Ashes to ashes.
We've made it. Quickly, everyone onto the ships. The Scourge are right behind us.
So much lost, Abbendis. Everything we have ever known. I have seen the visions. I know this was meant to be. But still, this pain, I have not felt its like since the day the capital fell. How can this be the will of the light?
You know as much as I do, Landgren. Ours is not to question, but to obey. We all knew there would be sacrifices. Heavy prices must be paid for a chance at a brighter future. Every man and woman who died here today has given their life so that we may live and see our crusade through to fruition. We will avenge them. Every last one of them. We will make Northrend bleed for every fallen brother and sister. The Scarlet Crusade is no more. Long live the Scarlet Onslaught! Captain, are we ready to sail?
Aye.
Then cast off. We make for open water and then we sail north. To a better future.
To a better future.
The traitor prince, come to spit on your people one last time before you flee back to Northrend with your tail between your legs? Or have you come to give yourself over to the light's judgment? I promise you, it will not be kind.
Do you feel it, mortal? Death seeps through me, enveloping all that I touch. With just a snap of my finger, your soul will languish in damnation for all eternity. For now, I give you the choice. I allow you to pick your allegiance, but in the end, you will be mine, one way or another.
You misunderstand us, creature, and you misunderstand me. I am a servant of the Holy Light, and no matter how much you threaten me, no matter how much you torture me, I will never bow my head to the likes of you.
Return to Icecrown with this fool's head, or do not bother to return.
You toy with the Queen of the Damned. Beg for your miserable life.
Renault, I'm sorry.
Victory for the Forsaken!
I've not written in a while. It's as much as I can do to stand upright and not get sick. The men are beginning to wonder why I keep myself holed up in my cabin most of the time. It wouldn't be good for morale for them to see me this way. Earlier we were attacked with no warning whatsoever. Giants in massive oared longships came out of the mist like ghosts. They were silent as the dead. I lost a ship, and all the men on it. We fought with great courage and skill, considering that we have only the most rudimentary naval combat ships. Afterward, the screams of our men who'd been taken captive by the giants echoed across the water. After a while, it grew silent again. Landgren led the men in prayers. It shouldn't be long now. I pray that it won't be. 6 weeks already, and every day it seems that the weather gets worse. I can only hope that Northrend itself does not have such horrible weather. I wasn't built for the cold. The holy light has been silent for a very long time.